Hello. As per the request from somebody in the comments, I'm going to use this video to show what is in my sketchbooks. This video idea is very overwhelming for me. I have a lot of books, a lot of things everywhere, and I wasn't quite sure of where to go with this. I have created 3 categories: personal, pocket, and hybrid. The personal is my journals. The pocket are my everyday carry books. This one. And then I have the hybrid, which is my sketchbook and writing. So these are just a few, the bulk actually, of my personal journals that I would never share. Ranging from oldest to newest. Now I've already talked about this book. Primarily this is where I journal every day, but this is also where I did the log of my entire month of August. This is just musings, complete journal of my feelings, my fears, things that I hope never reach the light of day unless it's 100 years from now and somebody finds this old tattered journal, you know, in the bottom of a junk. The words in here will be a mystery. Next up, we have this thing. I don't really like this journal too much. It's okay. I wrote in it from the years 2014 to like 2017. This is very awkward. I don't really like that. This is just my weird, unimportant entries about things I was doing. Day 2 of flat-footed squat. It's literally like, is that 5 pages? I don't know why I included this journal. This actually is not a very good example of a personal journal. I should probably burn the pages. Then I have this one. A very while back, I did a video about finding my first journal, and I think it's titled as such, with extra belonging. If anyone finds this, please return no address. Just return it, please. And this actually contains my first ever story. I was probably like 8 or 9. I don't know what the purpose of this was. Also, I had an obsession with like writing down facts. I don't know if these are real facts. This is actually the first ever thing I've ever written in. It's a very tattered, kind of delicate book. I've not really taken any extra care with this. I've just kind of treated it as history would treat a thing. Mostly this contains funny poems. Moving on to the pocket. I have this one, which I just talked about in a video. It is my current book I am using. A very poor sketch of a fire pit. A lot of things in these hybrid pocket books eventually become videos. They eventually become written works. This one I've just started. I have a finished one which is very, very crinkled and dirty and old. It is going to be a collection of my stories. This is actually an interesting book. I started this when I was a barista. This is kind of how I felt at work. It has a mix of like writing and drawings. It's also kind of autobiographical. That one day where there was a lot of rain and a giant puddle, and me and Jeff went through the puddle just for some coffee. These pages kind of just look like this. Pen and ink drawings. So when I cut my hair. Where there is water, there are toes that get clipped by little crabs. Every night I fall asleep to the ending part of the wave. Not the crash, not the ebb and flow of silence and noise, just the whooshing part, when the thin layer of foamy water is leaving the shore. I wonder where the birds have gone and how I got trapped in this loop. And finally, the hybrid, where I do sketching and writing. So I have these, which I saw on a TikTok. You basically just cover the page with watercolor, pen and ink drawing that I've started. Then I have this, which was meant to be that pocket sketchbook. So it kind of looks like this. This was a poem I wrote that I wanted to publish. Poetry and then drawings to supplement what was happening. Like I said, I'm not the best. Then I have this big book. This is the first page when I had an encounter with a chameleon. I started to get back into these like abstract drawings. This one's pencil. If you look back into a video that I did, you can see the picture that I took this from of my Uma, a place maybe I'd like to see. I put this one up on my Instagram, pen and ink sketch. These are very addicting because you can just go and there's kind of no rules. There's just something about putting ink to paper for me that brings in so much dopamine. Probably too much, if I'm being honest. It can be addicting, where I'm just creating just to feel something. I've covered entire pages in black ink. Sometimes I don't have anything to write or draw, and that makes me anxious because I'm always thinking about it, and that causes me to retreat from it. And then I go through bouts of not doing anything for weeks, sometimes months. Writing that first line, making that mark on the page, it's like taking a breath for the first time.